Oh my goodness. We are live. Hey man. It's like we never left. We've been gone for a minute. I'm AC, that's Mac. Hey man, let's do 1 hour. I got a date with John Wick. So
Yeah, what?
I got a date with John Wick. I got a download. I got it downloaded and I'm ready to rock and roll.
I'm not a big John. I only seen the first John Wick, so I don't really know the John Wick things.
Well, that's all you need to know. They killed his dog, bro.
They killed his dog, man, but he's a dog.
They killed his dog. 1585, man. Hey, we've been gone for a minute, but we had never left. If that makes any sense whatsoever. NBA draft. Money is ruining sports. Analytics are ruining sports. Or is it? And your favorite sports commercials and everything else under the sun. That's Mac. I'm AC. This is 1585. Here's our intro. Okay, man. Just a throwback. He used to play. He was number 85. I used to play. I was number 15. Thus, the name of the show. The 1585 show. This is, somebody asked me the other day. I believe it was it Pete Scott? I said, man, when you guys come up with that show? I said, probably in the locker room in 1994. We were talking about creating a show, a radio show. And then we was like, well, shoot, we good looking guys. We could be a TV show. Fast forward, pandemic. Hey, man, what you doing? Nothing. You want to do a podcast? Let's go. We gonna name it. I don't know. The Mac and Cobb, Cheese Mac, Mac and Cheese, Corn on the Cob show. Mac said, keep it simple, stupid. 1585 show, man. How you been, Mac? What's going on with you, bro?
Oh man, been good, man. You know, the school year's over with, so I got some time. I got time now. You know, about to do some traveling and, you know, spend time with the family. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I just had a 3 a day. Kinda. All right, so last time we talked, I was boxing. So today don't tell my wife, I was in the ring today with a champ.
Uh-oh.
My trainer, Brandon Adams, said, hey, man, Friday morning we sparring. I was like, we are? I was like, oh. He's like, no, the 8 o'clock group sparred last week. And we getting down tomorrow morning. I was like, hey, man, I got to dust off a mouthpiece or something. And keep fitting, hush. My wife not going to let me spar. Miss Mac going to be mad because I ain't been to the doctor yet. I'm still trying to get to the doctor. I'm over here sparring. No, it went well, man. I did 2 rounds. I could check it off my bucket list.
Good.
There with the champ, Brandon Adams, a welterweight champion. Real good dude, man. Real fun to be around. He was touching me up a little bit. I touched him up a little bit. Real gentlemanly like. Nothing real nothing real fierce.
Can't hit the champ hard.
Just a little bit. I was kind of like Martin Payne. I was like, give me 2 chitlins in a bucket of sunflower seeds. Then he popped me in the mouth one time. But it was fun. When I trained one of my clients, and then I'm trying to surprise my wife, installing these adjustable beds. It ain't a surprise that she watched the show. She might watch the show. She's still with my son up in San Jose. We dropped him off this week, so we got a lot going on. I can't complain, man. We blessed.
That's right.
All right, man. Let's see. Just jump right into it, man. The NBA draft was yesterday. Anything that surprised you? Anything out of the ordinary? Do you care?
I care because I'm a basketball fan, but we never know how these guys go. Anthony Bennett was the first pick in the NBA draft. Where's Anthony Bennett now? Probably selling ice cream or something. So, hey, man, you want to see these brothers all pan out and be the next stars, but I don't know, man. With the way it is now, the stars are the stars now. It takes a while to develop unless you're just a special talent. And now, besides Wembanyama, and the other 2, 3 picks, I don't see no real stars. I see a bunch of guys that can go in there and fill in and do good, but I don't see no stars.
That's my kind of sentiment. Like I saw my boy Gene and the guys on the Sports Empire Network had a big draft show. Coach, they all had a big interest in it, and I'm to myself like, why am I not that interested? Because I think the one and done thing has made me lose the love for the college game, and like I haven't fallen in love with players because I don't get a chance to. They're gone so quick. So when the draft comes, it's not like when Patrick Ewing and then we're in college and you couldn't wait till they went pro, and Ralph Sampson played 4 years, and all that stuff built up and you can't wait till they're pros. Now it's just who's the best 25 kids right now, and then they get to get drafted even if they're not ready. And it's like, and then they're going to be in limbo. I mean, I'm proud of my guy, from the Denver Nuggets, from Long Beach Poly, Peyton Watson, one and done UCLA, got him a ring. Didn't play any valuable minutes. But he was on the team. He's going to be good in about 4 years. But we couldn't even get in love with him as far as the draft process. Same thing happened to Amari Bailey. And I spoke to Amari I think he was a 10th grader. I was like, yo, what you going to do? He's like, most likely one and done. And that was just his goal, even if it meant second round. So, I'll hope for the best for all these young cats. It reminds us when you and I were coming out in football. Our chances of making the team are slim, but there's a chance. These guys are getting drafted late, second round, being signed as a free agent. It's going to be a hustle right now. It's going to be a hustle for Amari Bailey. I mean, like you said, he has a great body for NBA body, height, athleticism. Only thing they're saying is a jump shot a little bit clunky. And not, but you said like he might have been not trying to get hurt. I mean, that's a valid, true statement. So I don't know who I expect. Of course, Wembanyama is going to be a dude, but we'll see when we see.
We'll see with Wembanyama because he's so slenderly built. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me kind of like of Bol Bol. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about how Bol Bol was going to be this guy, but he was so slim and he gets bodied. He was getting bodied in the NBA. But now Bobo isn't that guy no more. But I think Wembanyama got better skills. They say he's a 7'5" guy with guard skills. So we're going to see. He can shoot. But everybody can shoot nowadays. I mean, if you about 35, 36%, you're a shooter nowadays. It used to be a time where you couldn't snipe. Don't snipe. Now everybody just snipes, man. You see how the Miami Heat got to the final. Them dudes just throwing up shots. They were just catching and shooting. They didn't care. And then it finally backfired when they realized we ain't that good of shooters. We got to the finals. We got some extra checks. We're going to get the runner-up rings. Some of us going to get better contracts playing for the teams. And this is why it's all right to be one and done and get drafted in the second round or be a free agent. Because if you can make a team and then you can have a couple of Lynn Sanity, man. Jeremy Lin. I mean, he put together a great month of NBA basketball and got paid for it. You can do that, man. You can feed your family forever for a month or two, or just play good in the series and just get paid. Norman Powell, man. I love Norman Powell, one of my favorite players in the NBA. But, he's not that guy. But, man, Norman Powell will give you 30. Off the bench, he'll give you 30. He's going to hustle. And that's what all these young cats need to understand. Go out there and give effort. Man, you never know what that's going to get you. Norman Powell got a ring.
He sure does.
So,
I mean, if you got a dream, if that's your dream, to just be in the NBA, all you got to be how many picks in the first, second round? It's 60 picks?
64. I want to say 64.
If you could be the top, at least top 40 in America, because they're going to draft some European players. There's going to be some guys that we never heard of getting drafted. But, it's like just be the best player in the country that year, get drafted, and we'll hope for the best. Because imagine, I mean, I don't like to dwell on the negative, but you remember Adam Morrison and people like that that had great college careers, and it just doesn't pan out in the NBA. And that's just the hard part is like, well, you could have really enjoyed college. Like if some of these guys who were, Scoot Henderson didn't even go to college. They went straight to the G League. And, we didn't get a chance to see him play Now, a lot of these guys I know aren't the most studious and don't want to go to class type of kids. Because as I watch our later segment, his favorite commercials, Jalen Green has a commercial out, and they're not making him look very smart. He looks very much like an athlete, like a dumb jock. Very much we all know he might be articulate, but they got him looking real suspect. Same thing with Bo.
Yeah.
A guy can dream. Like I know he has a strong accent, but I know it's very intelligent. It's just like, who wants to go to college for 3 years and have to go through the rigorous amount of academia that we went through when you don't have to?
Well, you can go to the SEC, you won't have no rigorous academia. You just show up to the stadium and get your grades. So, everybody ain't going through hard academic courses.
NIL, your NIL deal, and your free education with the degree already attached. No need to go to class. All right, am I missing the comments? Because I don't see them running on the screen. Let me make sure I check it in here.
My wife just told us to stop.
We stopped?
What's up?
Did we stop?
No, I don't think we stopped.
You never know what they're gonna get you.
Yeah, I can't see. I can't see the. Did we stop? Post like Miss Mac just posted. I can't see that. So I'm gonna have to see. I can't see the. What we stopping? What? Miss Mac. Like Miss Mac. Why would we stop? They gonna cancel us. They gonna stop us. Can't nobody stop. They can only hope to contain us. They can't stop us.
Why would we stop?
All right. So the rookies of the prediction for rookie of the year. Since you and I don't really care a whole lot, we're gonna see it when it happens. Early predictions. Stop talking about other people. What's what we come on here for? Miss Mac? Nothing Mac says, anything I say, we wouldn't say to the person's face. I think that's safe.
Yeah, and I hope they don't take it serious. Like, we just being us.
Hey man, if I see Kwame Brown, I'm gonna say, yeah, you got a lot of nerve, bruh.
I don't know. I wouldn't mess with Kwame Brown.
He's a big dude, but I stay like 10 feet away. I've been boxing now. I'm ready. I can stick and move, man. I can stick and move. All right, early predictions for rookie of the year. Since we don't really know, this is what the odds makers, this experts say. Of course, Victor Wembanyama is negative 225 to be rookie of the year. So if he just plays 75 games, averages 20 points, 12 rebounds, he's rookie of the year. If he stays healthy.
Yeah, with ease.
3 blocks? 3 blocks a game?
Yeah. I give him 2.7.
2.7 blocks?
2.7 blocks. Since they don't have centers that's going to body you in the paint, he ain't going to get a lot of chances. And I'm quite sure, like, Edwards going to test him. Edwards dunking on him. I can tell you that right now. When John get back, he dunking on him. There's going to be dudes that's going to challenge his gangster. Embiid going to already be mad at him. Embiid going to drop 50 on him. So as soon as he plays and he does his thing, he don't have to go up against any bankers at center. He's going to be, without a doubt, the rookie of the year. The other guys, I can't even think of these dudes' names. Scoot Henderson.
Scoot Henderson.
As long as he's still on the team with Dame in Portland, he won't be rookie of the year. And the other guy, Brandon Miller. This because of how things went down at Alabama and things like that. The media won't give him the vote. Besides, he's going to be playing with Melo Ball. He's going to catch a lot of lobs. He's going to get a lot of putbacks and stuff like that. But it's still Melo's team, so I think it's going to be Wembanyama unless somebody comes up out of nowhere. Out of these other guys that are G League All-Stars come up and do something that's going to do it. Even though I would love to get my personal vote to Jaime Jaquez. I think he went to the best possible team for his skills. So I think that was a perfect match. Miami did a great job of getting a person that's going to fit their culture. So if Jaquez can come off the bench and give you, because he can get his own shot, he can do some things. If he can adjust to the speed of the NBA game, he has a good shot of being rookie of the year, averaging about 13 off the bench. I think he can do it. But Wembanyama's he's the runaway favorite, without a doubt.
So other guys on the list are Chet Holmgren, who did not play last year, who was drafted last year out of Gonzaga. So he technically gets the Embiid treatment, the Ben Simmons treatment. Didn't play out of college because they got injured quick.
Mhm.
We're praying that don't happen. The same thing will happen to Victor Wembanyama because he's just as
Yeah.
thick as Chet.
Yeah.
And these young thin dudes. And he said he ain't got to get thick. He got to get strong. If
Mhm.
you've seen the video that Rodney Saucier shared with us of Embiid throwing elbows and running people over, he
Yeah.
gonna get in some protein shakes up in him so he can withstand them elbows that's coming from the Greek freak.
Well, I have one more dark horse, and I asked my son what did he think about it. He said we'll see. Usually because last year he was on this guy Imani Bates. Remember that guy? He was the number one
Yeah.
high school, 6'9", heck of athletic. He reminds me of the young Tracy McGrady when you watch him play.
Oh yeah.
And he's going to Cleveland, where he's going to be the unquestionable, probably a wing. Even though he went in the second round, the guy got skills and he got length and he can play. So that could be a real dark horse rookie of the year because he didn't lose his skills. He just got in trouble at Memphis and had to transfer out. The dude can still play. He can still hoop. He just fell off. I think he might have some motivation. So that's my real dark horse.
He proved all of us wrong that you could be a little bit thugged out and still make it. Because unfortunately, it didn't work out for Mikey Williams. He's still dealing with his problems, but hopefully he doesn't mess around and be like John Morant. My man Josh Johnson in the house. What's going on, brother? Rodney Saucier in here.
What's up, Josh?
Miss Mac in here.
What up, Rod?
Deacon Hills in here. Brandon Henry, yes, we can see you, my brother. Appreciate you.
Brandon Henry in the house.
Jaime Jaquez, I believe there are minutes for him in that group. Like the way he plays, I think you hit it right on the head. Diving for the ball, couple of back down shots. He might have to mess around and average 10 points. B. Henry said if Melo can stay on the court, are we going to ever address the kids, the ball kids? Like they made it. Well, at least 2 out of 3.
They hurt though. They fragile. I think it's the wear and tear from all those running hills and doing all that stuff with the dad. I think he wore them boys' muscles out.
That's a next show topic. Can the dads be a detriment to the kids? I mean, did you see the interview with baby Gronk and his dad? And his dad was answering questions for him. It was cringy. I had to bring that up. I mean, it was sad. They were interviewing the little boy, and the dad wouldn't let him speak. Dad kept jumping on the mic. Say this. Say, can't nobody guard me because I'm the best. Can't nobody guard me because I'm the best. Yeah. I was like, if the dad don't back off and let the kids speak, they didn't want to interview the dad. You were at best a high school player, and now your son has an offer as a 10-year-old. Come on, man.
I think that's tough, man. Being offered at 10. I remember being at sports camp at NYSP at USC, and I remember what's the coach, Larry Smith. He offered me, and I just thought it was a joke, like, haha, yeah, right, yeah, I'm balling at this little camp, but whatever. It wasn't nowadays, man. This is ridiculous, man. You offering that kid, he ain't gonna do no work no more. I'm going to Alabama. I think got offered as a 10-year-old, which saying that with an elementary education, he can still succeed at Alabama academically. So he'll most definitely be able to get that as long as he's working. Man, there's all these offers for these little kids, man. That's just tough, man. You're killing these kids. Make them work.
Hey, back to the draft. Gardner said he likes Brandon Miller. I like Brandon Miller too. He got in a little bit of trouble, but he's still a baller. Let's see. JJ said 3 Bruins drafted. We got Jaquez, Amari, and Clark, right?
Clark. I like Clark. I thought if Clark didn't get hurt, we win the national title. He was that guy.
He was that guy.
That glue guy. He's that glue guy for any team. He's gonna give you hustle, die for the ball, gonna play defense. Man, if we'd have had him in the tournament, we win national championship. UCLA is national champions. I strongly believe that.
Hold on to that thought, because that's the next segment. We're talking about drafting for stats, guys that have produced. But how do you quantitate? How do you factor in a guy like Clark, a guy like Johnson Jr. from UConn, Those guys, I mean, look at Rodney said Timmy didn't get drafted.
Yeah,
he did nothing but produce. I mean, he did nothing but produce. He kept coming back like Johnny Juzang. He kept coming back. Game just didn't equate.
They come back because their draft status ain't high. I mean, I'm quite sure Timmy's draft status ain't high at all. He's not super athletic. He doesn't have a mid-range game to be what? He's like 6'9", 6'10". You know what I'm saying? He ain't banging the big guys. I don't know, man. I probably would have grabbed him in the late second round if I had to pick, just to reward him for being such a good college player.
I mean, we don't hold no bars here on 1585. If the Celtics don't draft the best white dude, it's no hope. If the Celtics don't Scalabrini pick up Drew Timmy, and you're gonna be playing in Saskatchewan somewhere, man. Because man, there's no more back down players. Like Wembanyama shooting the three. I was training the kid today. He's a basketball player turned tight end, and we're talking about how he needs to play more like a little guy because he's a real big guy. I said that's what today's game in every sport seems like. They want to see the really big guys play like a little guy. They want to see Usain Bolt run the 100 when he should be running the 400. They want to see a 6'4" guy play corner when he should be playing safety or outside backer. They want to have this phenom, Wembanyama, playing like KD. He has crossover like Iverson. He does this like so-and-so is under 5. I'm like, that's what we live in. That's the day we live in. Everybody wants to see this phenom doing freakish stuff. Zion, 300 pounds, jumping over the rim and sleeping with porn stars. How does he do it? How does he manage?
That's why he's always injured. Them girls bringing him up.
My man. That's our next subject. When did the symposium become a comedy? Like, why is the symposium not something that these guys take to heart? Like, when are they going to learn that these girls are out to get them?
There's no OGs in the locker room that's taking these young dudes aside. Like, me and my wife were just watching the Football Life, Adrian James. And everything his teammate said was like, he is the best teammate. Like, he pulls guys aside. He talking to guys. He giving guys advice. Never nothing that he's wild and crazy or doing nothing like that. I don't think they have those guys no more. They don't have those guys no more. Where a guy is already an adult, even though he's 21, 22 years old. They already are in an adult mind state. A lot of these guys don't have that because they're not really growing because there's always somebody catering them along instead of having them grow. Like I had a very, very involved dad, but he still allowed me to grow. You know what I'm saying? He allowed me to do my own things at times. But, you know, some of these people like these holder-ons are just like, oh, no, I got you here. I'm gonna pay for this. I'm gonna get you a Red Lobster dinner. I used to eat AM PM hamburgers and hot dogs.
Oh no. Oh
like, man, I didn't get the star treatment. Like, that's boy, you had a good game. You want to go to AM PM? Yeah. Let's go.
Mr. Mac took you to AM PM and you thought you was a king. You were doing it. I remember getting a Happy Meal after a game. I thought I was doing it. BT said he going with Vegas on this one. Yeah, I think Victor gonna get it. Miss Max said the twins, Amen and Asur Thompson, I think they were best dressed at the draft.
Oh yeah, they most definitely was best dressed.
Was clean. D Mac in the house.
Without the shirt on. Mark Bailey said, I ain't wearing no shirt.
Man, I ain't. Oh man.
I'm at the Century Club at 11:30 with my shirt off. Take some of this.
I got ragged on for not having no socks on at the graduation. I had my Italian shoes on, my mustard suit underneath my cap and gown. And then my wife was my girlfriend. She said, you ain't got no socks on. I said, I know, baby, that's the look. That's how the OGs do it. She said, next time you come to church, make sure you're wearing some socks. I said, I'll wear socks to church. I ain't crazy. JJ said Brandon Miller is the real deal. He hang with those shooters, Memphis shoot. Them shooters. Yeah. Well, that's why they brought in the grown man from the Celtics, Marcus Smart, to Memphis to see if he can't be an OG to John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr.
Gardner said Timmy 47 years old.
I don't know how old he was, but he got his butt whooped.
He can't get got it. He older than the coach.
Older than the coach. Them cheap shoes that he used to sell was my big ball. But you should do it too soon. Let the kid create his own legacy. Some dads try and live through their kids. You talking about little baby Gronk? Or any dad living through their kid. I ain't gonna lie, I'm super proud of my kid right now, but he is on his own. You on your own now, kid. Dropped you off. Let's see what happens. He said he's in
good hands, though. He's in good hands.
He said he on kickoff or something like that already. So I'm like, hey man, if you on kickoff, be on kickoff. You on kickoff return, hit somebody. Whatever happens, you play SC in a month. Have some fun.
They got SC out the gate.
Let's go.
Let's go, Alex.
Out the gate. Hey, Gardner, Timmy. Drew Timmy. How old is Drew Timmy? Hey, Drew Timmy sitting in his chair right here. I said, Jimmy, how old are you? He said 47. 47 years old. Man, you lying. You ain't never met Martin Luther King. Timmy should have left after his last season. I don't think it would have been no difference. Just like Johnny Juzang. Your game it doesn't relate. It doesn't translate. It doesn't.
Not in today's game.
No more need for back to the basket guy.
Timmy was like a junk ball player though, so his post game was kind of crude. But when he was killing off, he was boxing people out, getting rebounds and putbacks. That would go well, but in today's modern NBA, everybody's shooting threes, so it's a bunch of long rebounds. He's not gonna get those. So yeah, I would love to see him. As much as I hate Gonzaga basketball, I would like to see a Gonzaga player actually be a star in the NBA. It's not happening though.
Hey, Ben Henry said if Timmy don't get drafted by the Celtics or the Jazz, it's a wrap. That's your whole hope. That's your only hope. Where the white man can still be supreme. But the Celtics are all bros this year. I don't know if they had a white dude this year. That might be the all-time first.
Don't they still have the guy from Colorado, Peyton, right? Am I saying that right?
Oh, they had the one cat that shot the nice J. Yeah. Pritchard. Yeah. Peyton Pritchard?
Yeah, Peyton Pritchard, yeah.
I think he's barely white. He might be something else.
He's the son of Mike Pritchard, the old receiver.
Yeah. We gotta have a racial draft. The black delegation picks. We select him. His lips are big enough. Josh said, hey, Brandon Miller is the real deal. We got that one. Oh, Josh, don't start that name. So
what Josh say?
He said Mariah Mills. Josh Johnson needs to knock it off. We try to have a show without her name. We are making her trend big time. Like if she wasn't popular before this, Zion, she is up there right with you, trending.
Her and Stephen A. Smith called her name about 10 times a segment.
Hey man,
Stephen A. kind of getting that from him.
I didn't know who she was, so I typed it in. And I was like, oh. I was like, hey, your wife walk in. What you looking at? I'm just trying to see what's going on, literally, and it's going on. These guys just don't listen. They don't listen to their parents and their teachers, says Big John. Johnny V. Hey, Curtis in the house. What up, coach? I'll see you tomorrow at the luau for St. Anthony's. I'm going ahead and plug it. St. Anthony's football is having a luau at the new facility on Clark. Come through. It's a fundraiser. Help these kids with this tuition. Because I know y'all sold my son out last year. We didn't get no kids. We're playing 18 kids. Now we're going to have like 50 some. We're going to play good. We're going to play rough. We got a brand new facility. Y'all come out. Check us out. Miss Mac said she likes Scoot. His fit. I have a picture of Scoot Henderson's fit. Let's take a look see if I can find it. Where's Scoot? Now Scoot has some teeth. Let me see. All right, so you look at this pic right here. You see a few of the cats. Scoot right there in the middle. Let's see if I got a picture of Scoot with his teeth.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put that man's teeth on blast, man.
That brother
had to get braces, though. You got to get braces.
He had some bottoms in, and you see they were colorful. Yeah, here we go. I got it. Let's see if it's gonna work. All right, there he is. All right, so Scoot had the colorful bottoms. top teeth looking good, but he had on some kind of knowing today's youngster, these probably were real diamonds on his jacket.
Oh yeah.
This jacket probably cost him a $250,000, and his grill probably cost him $100,000.
Yeah, he's gonna wear it once. That's it.
Yeah. So Scoot came out extra luxurious. I would have not done that. Let's see. Miss Mac said Victor's suit was nice. All right, so Vic came out real classy, knowing that he was gonna be the number one pick. Real smooth. There's the number one pick, 7'5". That's a lot of material.
Oh yeah.
A lot of material. His legs like they go up.
Zion.
What you say?
I tell him, Victor, don't hang out with Zion. Stay far away from any advice Zion give you.
Hey, he going to San Antonio. What Charles said, there's some big old women down there. It's some big old. And then Shaq be bent over laughing. What did say, Chuck? What did say, Chuck? There's some big old women down in San Antonio. They be hitting
Victor French. He like them thick. He French. He like them thick, boy. He probably gonna be in heaven down in San Antonio.
Oh man,
the French are lovers.
He said Juzang regressed. I don't think he got no hotter than he could have been that first Final Four.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, even when you're hot, even when you're a household name. If you think back to when Michigan State won the national championship with Team Cleaves and them kind of guys, they just don't end up being great pros. And I guess that kind of throws my next topic. You know, drafting is a science and it's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only go off of run off somebody's stats because it shows their production, how they're going to be over a long period of time. But guys that have that hit, like they're just a good pro. Like I said, Norman Powell earlier. Even Russell Westbrook coming out of UCLA, we didn't know he could score the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to be the same fate for Amari Bailey type guys or Jalen Clark? Didn't necessarily have double-doubles every night, but the NBA is a wide open field compared to college as far as getting buckets and getting stats. Mm-hmm. But is there a lack of premium on a guy who's just a good player, a Draymond Green type of player who, if Draymond left Golden State, would he be as productive? If that's the word, productive, because it's not numbers-wise, it's plus and minus. I mean, would you draft a guy who's a glue guy over a guy who has stats?
It all depends. I know we talk about stats a lot, but like I say, it's always what you see. Like, for instance, if you were in that draft with Penny Hardaway, and people remember Penny was all Memphis really had. Do you take a guy that's all you see Penny's skills and stuff like that? If you're looking for a person to build with, you're going to take that stat guy who shows you amazing skills because you think, I can build around this guy. If I've already got a team that's good, bringing in a guy with the numbers and the superstar name might not be a good fit if I've already got guys like that because they're going to want to come in and get theirs. That's when you draft the glue guys. But with the way the picks go, you don't want to draft a glue guy in the lottery. You want to draft a star in the lottery. So a lot of times teams are just, they want to get the guy with the stats. They want to get the guy with that. But you got to understand a fit. Like we were just talking about earlier with Jaime Jaquez. Fits perfectly with the Heat. Fits great with him. That's what you want. So it all depends on what you're drafting and what you're trying to do. If I need a star, I'm going to go for this guy who's Adam Morrison. I'm going to go for Adam Morrison. I don't know if his game is going to translate. I'm going to go for him because I think that's going to be the name that's going to fill in the seats. People going to want to see him ball. Now, if he flops, he flops. But if I got a team that's already established, I don't want that. I want the Draymond Greens. Even though Draymond Green was a star at Michigan State, but he wasn't going to be that guy. He wasn't going to be LeBron. So, yeah, it depends on what you drafted and how you're drafting. Like I'm looking at Dunleavy. Dunleavy drafted a guard. You got a team full of guards. You need a big man.
He just got an old guard. He just got an old guard, too.
And then we ain't got the oldest guard you can find in the league. So, what are you doing, man?
What we need? I need an old guard.
I need an old guy that don't even like my star player. He don't even like Curry. I'm gonna bring him in here anyway. Like, what are you doing? And then you go draft another guard from Santa Clara, who I never seen him play before, and I'm here. He's a pretty good guy, but man, it's all about what you want, man. I mean, I believe in team. It's great to have a superstar, but I do believe in team. I'd rather have the bad boy Pistons than to have Orlando Magic with just T-Mac. You know, I'd rather have that. T-Mac gonna fill in the seats. He's gonna make amazing plays. He's gonna say I was around greatness, but I'm gonna get championships with this team that can just come together. We do got stars, and they're gonna sacrifice their game so everybody can get in. Like Benny Johnson comes off the bench for 10 minutes and have 30 points. Those are the type of teams. Those are the type of players that you want to bring into the fold. So I'm for the glue guys. I'm for the leadership, and that's why I think that kid Marcus Sasser that got drafted by the Grizzlies in the first round from Houston, he's a leadership guy. Will he be the leader over John? But probably not. You need that guy that's going to be a strong, young presence in your locker room that's going to fit in and do whatever it takes to win. So it all depends on what you're looking for as a GM.
Well, I think the blueprint could be the Miami Heat. I mean, not necessarily the thug culture and the hacking culture that, like, I think you pointed it out during the series. The Heat just play ugly. They just, foul and get away with stuff. But it's a brand of ball that you can play with, money ball. Mm-hmm. You can play money ball with no-name guys like that.
Yes.
And kind of like mature through the season and be ready for the playoffs and then make some noise. Their lack of star talent was exposed. Their lack of size was exposed by the perfectly put together Denver Nuggets. And that's other teams who may be a piece or two away have to feel their routes, like Rodney said. Do what's best for your team. And what's the real issue why your team didn't win? I think I was talking to a Laker fan, and I said, y'all lack toughness. And I don't say y'all, I'm a kind of a Laker fan because I'm in LA, but I'm a Sixer fan, but I see the Lakers all the time. Mike Staff in the house, he loved the Lakers. You love the Lakers. The Lakers lack toughness. Like, somebody need to punch Anthony Davis in the mouth in camp.
Well, he'll be out for the rest of his career. You punch him in the mouth.
What's going to make, or maybe his wife can slap him in the face like Rooney in Any Given Sunday. You are a quarterback. And he was like, I don't think I can play. You are a quarterback. And he got back out there and got whooped. And his wife said, I guess he is done. Somebody need to smack Anthony Davis in the mouth. I don't think LeBron's the man to do it. LeBron's going to be the good cop. They need a bad cop to get AD going. I don't know if the Lakers drafted that. They got a point guard from Indiana.
Yeah, they got a guard. Well, they need another big man. They could have got that guy.
Cam Whitmore. They got a thug out of Villanova. But they said
they could have got that. But it was a big that somebody drafted after the Lakers. I forget where he was from. But he was like a guy. He was kind of like what was the center that they had last year that they traded to Denver? They ended up getting a ring. Rebound, dunk, play in the paint, give effort. That's what you want right now. You already got AD. You already got Bron or stars. You need that dirty dog guy who's a hack. Yes, Brandon, effort and defense is hacking. When somebody tell me that your team got a culture and it's physical, that means we letting you get away with hacking. So we need a guy like that. You need a hacker.
I'm a hack. I love hack. I know I'm a hack. I come from not hand checking. I come from elbow checking. I came from a time where you put your elbow in somebody's kidney. Mike Staff know. We played ball when we were young. I put that elbow in his kidney. He's like, all right, you here. I can feel you. We got a game now. Don't call that foul. It's going to be here all night. Drew League. Let's go. Now it's called hacking. Now it's old lay defense. It wasn't hacking when we were playing in the schoolyard. You don't call no fouls.
There's no refs.
You don't need no refs. You call your own fouls.
The game would have never ended.
we weren't allowed to call fouls. Rodney Sasser, who is a professional official, knows you don't call no fouls downtown Long Beach on Venice. You don't call no fouls downtown or in Santa Monica. You don't call no fouls back in Philly. You don't call no fouls in New York. My first time hearing the foul call on the touch was Magic Johnson in Poly Pavilion. We were playing ball. Magic Johnson came in there. We started watching them guys play. And I believe somebody like James Worthy or somebody put his elbow on Magic's back, just to kind of hold him back. And Magic called foul. I'm like, that's a foul? Magic's like, you can't touch me. You can't do that. You can't put your hand on me. You can't do X, Y, and Z. I was like, man,
that's magic. That's magic.
He's like, I rented the gym. I'll make the rules. Chris Olmstead said, outside of elite talent, it comes down to fit and what's around that player. Coach, team, pieces, culture, the city they play in. Oh, yeah, Zion, the city you play in. Get fat, messing with chicks. The city you play in, the personal support system that he did not have. We have even seen top-tier talent struggle at times because the pieces and situation around them wasn't the best fit. Yep.
Support.
Rodney South's Pistons 04, perfect fit without using superstars. Big
They
shot.
had superstars. They had superstars. They had guys that were kind of faded stars. Rip Hamilton is an underrated star. Chauncey Billups is an underrated star. Rasheed Wallace was an underrated star.
Tayshaun Prince.
Ben Wallace is in the Hall of Fame. Tayshaun Prince was that guy that did it all. He guarded your best wing. He can give you buckets, and he gave effort. They had a team that's underappreciated. I think they're the most underappreciated champions that we've ever had because they actually had dudes. All them dudes were top 5 draft picks. Except for Tayshaun Prince, but the rest of them were lottery picks. Those dudes were good.
Yeah. Garner said, don't touch Dr. Glass. Don't touch him. Miss Mack said, Tender Love got his act together in the playoffs. He did. He was tough. He turned his ankle. He stayed in there. He got poked in the eye. He stayed in there. He probably heard our podcast and got tired of us talking about it.
Y'all want to call me Tender Love? I'm the brow.
How scary would that be?
Taboo in the house. What's up, Taboo? Monjero Jones. Knowing that dude all my life almost. What's up, Taboo?
I would be kind of scared, though, if Anthony Davis rolled up on me and said, hey, man, I heard you talking about me. That eyebrow, him big old eyes, I'd be a little bit scared. I'd be like, hey, man, back up off me, Tender Love, before I cut your ankle.
Wow.
I'll swipe the leg and you be done for the season. Rodney Sauce is not sold on the Indiana guard. He didn't show up in the big games when it mattered. He might just be the second coming of D'Angelo. D'Angelo part 2. I'm just going to sit over here while y'all work hard in the playoffs. I don't want no parts.
And D'Angelo had what series is that where he had a good game?
Hard to remember. I
think he had one game where he actually balled.
He was shooting and making, and it was kind of surprised they were going in. He was like, oh, okay. Oh, I guess the shoot around thing works. Oh, okay. I'm going to keep shooting this. But he wasn't playing no defense.
He had the cloak of invisibility on.
Brandon Henry said, I'm a hack from way back. I'm on the original Hackers from Fracas, Arkansas. When working the postseason, no blood, no foul. There you go. If you ain't bleeding, you ain't fall down, there's no foul. Toughen up. Mac agrees with Miss Mac. There's facts. AD did ball in the playoffs, but it wasn't enough. There was nothing enough. Russell balled out in the first 2 rounds. But guess what? He saw them Nuggets, was like, I'm good. I don't want no parts of the Nuggets.
Only Nuggets Russell wanted in that conference final was from McDonald's. That's the only Nuggets he needed. He needed a 20-piece so I could sit on the bench and watch everybody else play good.
Man, Fool Harris trying to get on. He's on Facebook. If you're on, no, he's on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you're trying to comment, let me know. If you cannot, I will have to go in there and enable it. If you're on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, holla at your boy. Let me see if it's working. This is our first time, this new computer. 1585 show. We've been going a minute. Just run through this slate real quick so we can get out of here by 10. Again, I got John Wick, man. I got John Wick waiting on me. Volume 4.
I got Suits waiting on me. Suits. I like that show, Suits.
I heard Suits was cool.
Very good show.
I heard Suits was cool. I'm going to be on that. All right, so PGA LIV. I'm not sure if you follow golf. Tiger Woods ain't relevant no more. I don't necessarily follow it, but I think we're seeing a trend with the money where the Raiders left Oakland for Vegas. The Oakland A's are leaving Oakland for Vegas. And the PGA and LIV are merging because money. Big time, long-term money. And we've seen it over the years. Franchises leaving certain cities because the money is not right. What about the fans? Like, Are these moves, these merges, these relocations ruining sports? Like, are we okay with San Diego Chargers being in the LA Chargers? Like, are we making enough money to satisfy the fans that we left behind?
I don't know. Coming from a Chargers fan, I still call them San Diego. It's just ingrained in me. Just like when the Colts first went from Baltimore to Indianapolis, I was still calling them the Baltimore Colts. So I don't know, man. It kills us, but you create new fans in that city. Like Vegas never had nobody to cheer for. Now Vegas got a hockey team, a football team,
champs, hockey champs,
WNBA team who are champs. You know, so now they're about to get a baseball team. And soon, who knows? Who might go? The Clippers should go to Vegas. Well, they just built a stadium in Inglewood, so they ain't going nowhere.
They can pick it up and put it in Vegas.
Yep. So you getting all these new fans, you building new fan bases, but you are kind of killing it for the old school fans like us. We're used to seeing certain teams in certain places, and you know, like there's no more Seattle Supersonics. I never thought that the Sonics would ever leave, even though the franchise is doing pretty good in Oklahoma. But the Sonics are gone. The Rain Man, where's his legacy? Seattle. Gary Payton legacy, Seattle. You know what I'm saying?
But what about the Bruins and the Trojans?
Bruins and Trojans going to the Big Ten. I mean, that doesn't sound right to me. Like I'm a Pac guy. I love the Pac. I watch the Pac-12 track and field championship. I watch Pac-12 baseball games when I get an opportunity to. Now I gotta go to the Big Ten. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess we get to travel and go to the Columbus, to the Horseshoe. every other year, or go to the big house. Well, I don't want to go back to the big house. The last time I was in the big house, boy, we got manhandled badly. So, I mean, money ruins it, but when you put money in there, that means there's going to be more money siphoning down to the players. I hope, man. So that's what you really want to see these guys get well compensated for entertaining us and making us happy. So it's still kind of killing the sports, but at the end of the day, it's so much money flying around. Of course, money's going to be the big factor in a lot of things.
Mike's dad says Sonics will be back along with an all-new franchise name in Vegas. All right. It won't be the same. Because who was the Sonics? The Oklahoma City Thunder? Why did the Sonics leave Seattle for Oklahoma City? They had a stadium or something? Mike's dad says Sonics will be back along with an all-new franchise name in Vegas. Because it still doesn't make much sense. Like,
feedback.
It won't be the same. Because who was the Sonics? The Oklahoma City Thunder?
Yeah.
TJ said that's still crazy about it is about money. I know it's a business. But when you leave a poppin' town like Seattle for Oklahoma City, which has great fans, but there's nothing in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And how do you get veterans to come there? Like TJ said, that's still crazy. I wouldn't like when Seattle had Gary Payton and Sean Kemp or Ray Allen and Dale Ellis and guys. So when you leave, it was a spot that stars can go and be recognized. Great fans. Now it seems like they
AC, we get some sound feedback.
Sound feedback. And how do you get veterans to come there? Let me see if I can. Oh, because I have my website on. All right, it's acting crazy. How's it now? Good. Still got feedback. All right, because I had my phone was on, and the playthrough function was on. Mike's dad said, "A's moving to Vegas, and I can't wait. They might have to change their name. The Athletics, the Las Vegas Athletics, they will be green and gold, or they gonna change the black and gray." Everybody be silver.
For everybody should be like that because that's how the other teams are. They got black in it, so I think they should change it or just add black to the yellow and green. So they can do it.
I don't know what Josh said. Supersonic. I'm so Lada. I'm a Loda. Yeah, that was it. I'm not saying that. Psycho. Beta. Alpha. Aqua Doodle. Big TJ said crazy feedback going on. Okay, so that was me. That was my phone acting crazy. All right, cool. Yeah, I had my phone on trying to see if I could turn on my chat on YouTube for my man Food. Food Rock is on YouTube and he couldn't comment, and they was going feedback. We good now? Miss Max said black and green would be so much better. I think we're getting too close to the black, green, and red. If we got the bros and the vainglorious red, black, and green, that'll be too much of a statement.
The X-Clan. The X-Clan in the house.
So Josh Johnson did the JJ Fad. Oh, supersonic. Okay, I got it. I'm late. I'm old. I took a punch today at the boxing gym, so I'm a little bit stunned. My concussion kicking in. So, all right. So, with that being said, how money is kind of like dictating what we're seeing, whether you like it or not. We saw a bunch of pictures the last couple of weeks getting pulled. We had this discussion last year about analytics. Are we in an age with AI and everything coming rapidly, technology and everything, information, doctors and specialists being brought into the consulting meetings, being brought into the doctor's consultation? Is analytics going to be here to stay, or will we get back to a point where there's both, where coaches and managers are able to say, yes, that's what they're saying, technically pinch count, minutes, but will we get back to a point where we have people who know the game, specialists, veterans, experienced guys who will ultimately make the final say when it comes to big sports, baseball, basketball, football, track and field?
Well, this is a new age of getting your money's worth. If I give you a 10-year contract worth $150 million, I want those 10 years and that $150 million. So that's why they're doing the analytics stuff, because say like I remember the pitcher for the Giants when they won those World Series and he was killing. That man had a great 3-year span and they paid that man. Then all of a sudden he was done because they had pitched him to death. His arm was gone. He didn't have the same velocity. He didn't have the same control over his pitches because they pitched him to death. But they got 3 World Series out of it. They got 3 championships out of it. But they don't want those 3 championships then. They want the dynasties. They want the Patriots. They want Tom Brady, Patriots. They want the Yankees. They want dynasties to be built based on, I got this guy and I'm paying all this money to. So they're trying to get their money's worth. Now understanding you got your money's worth. Now how hard it is to win a championship. You want this to continue years and years and years, you got to draft better. You got to, have better strategy besides having this just one guy that can dominate. Because the Giants suck with their hitting. Their pitching was just so good for those years. They were just winning World Series. So they wasn't winning them back to back to back. They'll win, lose like that. So I think these guys are thinking more long term because they understand having the face of your franchise brings more value to your franchise, like the Spurs. Having Tim Duncan for all those years raised the value. Having Tom Brady in New England for all those years raised the value. You have this consistent face of your franchise. But if a guy flames out in 5 seasons, you're not getting your money's worth of having that guy. So I think a lot of them are thinking, I just need this face of my franchise with the success that people will gravitate to. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get more out of the player than what they're giving to the player. So if they give a player $100 million contract and have to honor that contract, he doesn't reach that 10 years, they feel that it was a waste. So I think that's what they're trying to do. The analytics is helping them preserve those guys for these long runs.
I mean, will we ever see a no-hitter? Will we ever see a perfect game?
That's no.
I mean, shoot. I mean, what was a player last week that was pulled from a game they were dealing? I'm like, we're still doing that? I think the Dodgers have had several games where the starter was a pup with a fresh arm, and they pull him in the 5th inning to preserve him. You don't know what you have until you let him roll. I got tennis elbow right now from throwing the football to my clients, and I know it's really painful. I don't know, the other injury that you could possibly get as a pitcher, the other side of your elbow, the one that has
Tommy John.
Yeah, so I know it's a real thing, but I'm old. But when I was 20 years old, my elbow ligaments were like steel. Like they were like everything about us when we were young. And I don't think it had anything to do with how I would feel when I'm 40. But when I'm 20, 23, 24, 25, let me deal, man. Let me see what I got. I'm not going to throw anything out of the ordinary. I'm going to throw my fastball. I'm going to throw my off-speed pitch. If my arm starts hurting, I'm not throwing no curve, no movement. I'm going to keep it real basic. But, you know, Dave Roberts and those guys know more than we do because they have analytics. And the analytics say we should not do this, even though it'd be cool to see a no-hitter from a rookie. But we won't see that. Moving along, man, we got a couple minutes left. There's some commercials, man. You know I'm an AI guy. And the AI commercial now is Kevin Hart and Steph Curry, and they're talking about a credit card. But they're talking about practice. Do you have a favorite sports commercial, all-time favorite sports commercial, whether it be an athlete based or just a promotion for an athletic event or something like that?
I'm old school. My two favorite, and it was always hard for me to say which one I like the most, is the Bo Knows commercials with Bo Knows, with him at the end. He's playing the guitar with Bo Diddley. And then because they were like my favorite group, and Kevin Johnson was my favorite player, and Kevin Johnson came out of his shoes and they had En Vogue do the commercial, I love that commercial. So I think those are my two favorite of all time. I always remember those two. I do like that Kevin Hart one with him, AI, and Curry. I do like that one. So that's I don't know, man. I'm not a big commercial person like that, but those are some good sports commercials. And then another one I saw today. Remember the Marino Montana one after the Super Bowl when he brought him to Dallas. I always like that one too.
I got the AI one queued up to see if I can get it to work without messing the sound up. All right, here we go.
Talking about cash back.
We talking about cash back.
Cash back.
We're not talking about practice? No. We talking about cash backing.
We talking about cash back.
We talking about cash back.
Not a game.
We've been talking about practice for too long.
Word.
No practice. We talking about cash backing.
We talking about cash back.
I mean, we not talking about a game.
Cash back like a pro with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back?
They got me on that
Chase,
one. We're not talking about a
yours.
game. They got me on that one. I appreciated that one. I like the LeBron James when he played the multiple characters one. I like the Penny. I agree with who said the Penny Hardaway ones. Brandon Henry said the little Penny ones. NFL 75 commercial. Was that the one with the fumble? When all the guys were going for the fumble?
With the cake. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Rodney said the Jada Kiss with AI. That was dope. Even though they bit the And1 mixtape commercial. That's what that was.
Yeah.
And Kobe with the orchestra. That was a good one. I like the Kobe with the Kanye West. Said, Kobe, I'm the best. You need to be better. I sold most records, sell more records. Well, what do you mean? Are you the same beast but a different animal? What? That's like one of my other favorites was the Dr. J Higher Ground commercial where he's dunking and all kind of stuff. Dr. J throwback, and they were trying to save Converse. It didn't work. Converse was still going under no matter what they did, but they tried their best. Hey, man, on the way out, I believe Ray Lewis III passed away last week. And I reached out to my guys in Miami, and they said he's been dealing with addiction since high school. So I know, on the way out, we both being educators working with young people. And I've been to your school and actually, smelled some herb in the hallway. So I was like, young people.
You will smell.
Young people, chill on the substance, on any substance. Get high on life. Leave that stuff alone. Every gateway drug is gonna be to your downfall, man. So my shout out to the youngsters, man. Get high on something else. Working out, lifting weights, even your video games, whatever you have to do to keep your mind occupied. But the substances aren't it, man. Alcohol, weed, they always graduate to something stronger. Somebody gonna give you something a little stronger. And before you know it, you have a tragedy like Ray Lewis has to endure right now for his son. No parent should have to bury their kid. And in
No,
this
they should.
case, it was an OD. Final thoughts, Big Mac?
Final thoughts. Always got. Even though I got on my Washington Prep shirt, I've become a big part of the Crenshaw community. We lost 2 young men at the end of the school year, and that was tough to deal with. Prayers always out to the Crenshaw community because they are a representative of Blackness here in LA most of the time. When people think about Blackness throughout the world, Brittany Griner was in jail in Russia with a Crenshaw sweatshirt on or a Crenshaw t-shirt on. People think of that. Hold the Crenshaw community still in prayer because next school year we're going to be without one of those young men. He was on the basketball team and baseball team. When those seasons come around, those young people are going to be sad because he was such a good guy and he brightened up people's days. He was a real leader on campus, and just hold the whole community in prayer, man, because I know when we get back to school in August, that's going to still be tough. We have to end the school year off bad. We're probably going to start the school year off just as bad. So please keep us in prayer because our young people need it. And like AC said, man, let's keep our kids off of substance abuse. Sometimes people try to deal with their lives using substances like that, and that's not how you deal with it. Prayer, and then finding good villages to be around for people to influence you and get you out of your depressions are sometimes the best way to go.
All right, man. We're definitely going to do that. The Crenshaw families in our prayers. Ray Lewis and the families in prayers. Anybody that has lost a loved one. I lost my dear Aunt Rosie last week. So, we're going through it for my family. It's tough, but we got to stay together and support one another when we're going through the tough times. In the meantime, don't be like Zion. Don't be like John Moran. Don't be like Jack Jones. Don't be like anybody my own jackrabbits are falling apart. I'm praying for all these guys to get their act together for this play. All right, man. That's Mac. I'm AC. This 1585. Until next time.
People, thank you,
boys. Y'all be good. Peace out. Be back, baby.
Hey, good show, Cons. Hey, yeah, you gotta watch.